WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting, well, rare and exotic whiskeys most of the time. This is Glenallachie. This is a German exclusive for Kirsch import. And this is a 2009-2021 Cuvée. A Cuvée is a marriage of different casks, and this is a marriage of sherry and Rioja. So 56.1%, 70 euros, Whiskybase number 183236. I, of course, would love to know what type of sherry cask was used. Have no idea. I, of course, would love to know, it says just American oak barrels, so I guess that was used hogsheads, who knows? But American oak could have been cherry, who knows? And the Rioja Barriques, of course, I would love to have known from what bodega or what place they came from in Spain, but even that I don't know. All right, so 3,000 bottles. Billy Walker did his magic here. What do we have as comparison whiskey? And this was requested by many, many people, at least in my German videos, because in the year 2020, there was a predecessor, and this was the same thing but different. This was Pedro Jimenez and a Pinot Noir Cuvée cask finish. This is 53.9%. This is still available in a few online shops, and this was also 70 euros. So it's 12 years old, and there's just two different types of casks used. Pedro Jimenez, just sherry, Pinot Noir, and here we have our Rioja. So 4,761 bottles of this. And both of these were all just done for Kirsch import. So I must admit, this was one of my top 10 single malt scotch of the year 2020. I liked it. This is something I have very, very high expectations for, and I hope I like it as well. So the first thing that I notice is the color. So the Rioja is browner than the Pinot Noir, in my opinion. So here we have a little bit of an orange hue, and here I have a little bit of a brown type of hue. Now, both of these whiskeys are a natural color. It says so at least here. Now, it doesn't say so here. Why do you not put it on the label? Why do you not put it on the bottle? Natural color, non-chilled filtration. You put it on the box, or why not put it on the label? All right, so Glenallachie, my request of the day. I like the colors. I think the red pops here, and there's one other thing I'd like to mention. Yeah, that's on the back of the boxes here. So let's take a look at these two. Do you see the nice little label here? Why? Because you need in Europe to have a European, I'm sorry, not European, EU address. Scotland no longer belongs to the European Union, therefore Glenallachie has created a subsidiary in Belgium, of all places. That's the thing I like to do at the moment, is I really like to watch the different places that the distilleries have put up their subsidiaries in the European Union. Is it Madrid? I haven't found any in Germany yet. Why not? Is it tax laws, or is it other type of requirements? I originally thought everyone would just go to Ireland. They have the lowest corporate tax rates of the European Union, or one of the lowest, but they didn't. Most of them didn't, at least. All right, let's take a look at the nose. All right, we have the 2009 version here. Oh, that's smooth. I'm allowed to use the word smooth every once in a while. Now this is our 56.1%, and I do not get much of the alcohol. I get a dark, rich chocolate. I get chocolate with a little bit of orange peel in it. I get red berries. I get vanilla. I get tannins. I get even a little bit like a dark breakfast tea. This is really, really nice. I like this a lot. Maybe some figs and some prunes and some dried raisins. Oh, those are, yeah, dried grapes are called raisins, Jason. Black currants. A little bit of a heavy red wine. Nice. It's a little bit on the dry side, just a little bit, but I think red Rioja, red wine from Spain, is a little bit on the dry side. Going over to the 2008, we have the Pedro Jimenez, which is very sweet, and we have the Pinot Noir. Okay. It's different, definitely different. On the nose, I get more of a astringency, more tannins. There's a little bit more of a dryness. I get more of currants and I get more of a dry red cherry than I do over here. Now, I remember tasting this last year and this wowing me. Today, this wows me, and I'm not as wowed in comparison. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out also the only one that I have that I would love to compare it to the 10-year-old Cask Strength Batch 5, which I don't have. I'm just going to compare it to the 15-year-old from Glenallachie, which I also really, really enjoy. This won some of my blind tasting competitions, especially the 15-year-old, and so let's see what happens here. Good. Yeah, on the nose. Ooh, sweeter. More of a milk chocolate instead of a dark chocolate. All right, so let's try these. As I said, we have here 56.1, we have here 53.9, and for the Glenallachie 15, we only have 46%, only. All right, so, oh, I like. Cheers. So what I would love to have had is somewhere on the bottle to say cask strength. Nowhere does it say cask strength. It does say non-chilled filtered and natural color, but nowhere do I have the word cask strength or barrel proof or anything like that. All right, I assume, but I never know. That is fantastic. That is wow. That's going to be a B at least. Ooh, am I going into the A territory with this one? Maybe. Let's see. Wow, that's really good. I added a little bit of water. I'm getting that Rioja red wine cask finish. Actually, they call it here on the bottle second maturation. Not even a finish, but a second maturation. I'm getting a lot of that, and I like. I have no idea what sherry they use, but I like. Let's see here. This glorious mahogany malt. I have no idea why they use the word mahogany. Mahogany colored malt, yes. Was first aged in the finest American oak barrels. For the additional maturation period, Johnny Walker carefully selected Rioja casks sourced from Spain's most renowned wine region and married them together with richly seasoned sherry casks. Look, they used the word seasons. Good job. The Rioja Barriques bring sophisticated fruit notes whilst the sherry casks add sweetness and depth. Both casks contribute their own distinct characteristics to this exceptionally unique bottling. On the nose, I should have waves of dark chocolate. Didn't even read this before. I didn't read it from my German video. Vanilla, grape must, walnuts, orange peel, and pineapple. Don't get any pineapple. And on the taste, layers of dark chocolate, heather honey, ooh, almonds, raisins, notes of grape must, again, orange zest, and pineapple. Where in all the world are they getting the pineapple from? I'm going to ignore those tasting notes because it's so good. All right, this was in my top 10 of 2020, which I think this is much better. And I'm going to get rid of that quantifier. This is better. Okay, I would expect this to be sweeter with the Pedro Jimenez. And Pinot Noir are not always a dry wine. Riojas are almost always. Much drier. There's an astringency. There's much more tannins here. I'm going to take this down a little bit. The winner is the 2009, which I was never expecting. This is a good whiskey. Don't get me wrong. This is almost a great whiskey. Oh yeah, now we're getting there. This needs a little bit of water. Now it pops a little bit more. The fruitiness, the chocolate and the oak, together with a little bit of tannins just intermingled together. Well done. This is good. This is for me like a B to B plus. This is actually a minus B plus plus. I really like this. Value for money, I'm going to actually give it a C plus. I think the 70 euros are not just okay, but I think I'm going to go online and order another 2 bottles for the future. There's only 3,000 bottles of this. There were 4,761 of this. Almost 9 months later, it was September, so let's say 10 months later, this bottling came out. There are a few internet websites that have a few bottles left. This is running out. Of course, that's why they brought out the new next edition. And I think the 3000s are going to sell out much quicker. Not just because I'm and probably a couple other people are going to be ranting and raving about this and saying this is fantastic, but because this is absolutely a great whiskey. Now, I'm going to do something that is going to surprise me and maybe going to surprise you, the Glenallachie 15-year-old. I really like the Glenallachie 15-year-old. And now I'm going to try this, and I'm going to be overwhelmed by one tasting note. Wait for it. And that tasting note is sweetness. I've never really ever said that the Glenallachie 15 is sweet. But in comparison to these two big puppies, or big boys, it is. And that is why it's so important to think about what are we tasting in which order. If we're having a very red wine moment, and then we follow it with something which is more of a maybe just sherry or maybe just bourbon, it's going to appear and it's going to taste much sweeter than it normally would. And these two are fabulous. I don't know if you're going to be able to find them outside of Germany or not, but if you can, do it. Go to a website and try to find these and buy these. I don't know if any of the shops online at the moment would send overseas. This is Whiskybase number 183236. Excellent. A minus B plus plus. This is then Whiskybase number 16953573. This is very good. This is a B plus, but this is better. I really like that. I'm blown away. So I have 2 questions. Question number 1 is, what is the legal requirements for labeling? That's a big, very big question, but I just know in America, for example, the boxes are not reviewed by the authorities, only the label. And so only the label has, according to my opinion, any type of legal liability. Because the label does not say natural color, the label does not say non-chilled filtered, only the box does. And since the box is not reviewed by any authorities, it has basically no legal, I'm going to use the word liability again. And so that was my question here, first of all. Does somebody know anything about that? Is it just this, or is it also this, because it's part of the packaging deal, or not? And of course, European regulations might be different from the UK now, or also from America. And the next question I have is, what is your favorite Glenallachie bottling? To be honest, I think this is my favorite at the moment I've ever had from Glenallachie. Then we're going to go over to this one, and then we're going to go to the 15, and then we're going to maybe put in between the cask strength 10-year-old batch 5, That was fabulous as well. The 18 I did not like. A lot of the other German exclusives I did not like either, but these two, wow. Mwah. Thank you, Billy Walker. Thank you, Glenallachie, for these moments of, I want to have a Chesterfield leather armchair. I just want to sit and relax and just sink into it and enjoy this whiskey over a longer period of time. All right, WhiskyJason here. Like, subscribe, tell others, and thank you very much for sharing this video with others, and also all the best. See you soon. Bye-bye.